they weren't. No, I'm just kidding. Hello, you guys. I'm Jules. I am today here to talk about High School Musical, the series. So if you watch a show like me, you know that High School Musical, the series, follows the story of the most new-agey group of teenagers you've ever seen on screen, and all of their interpersonal problems while they practice and perform the most new-agey and Olympian choreographed, didn't do that at my high school's performance of Fiddler on the Roof version of High School Musical, the musical. So I'm going to be focusing on only the music that is actually original to the show. I'm not going to talk about the covers of the songs from High School Musical, none of that. I'm just going to talk about the core songs that were written and performed on High School Musical, the series. Alright, let's get into it. So first of all, I'd just like to say, I enjoyed this show. It was kind of like Glee to me. I enjoyed it, and I didn't hate myself a lot for that, but I didn't like love it, and I wasn't like proud to talk about anything that I did enjoy about it. But I think there's a lot of things musically that the show did super well. Like, so well that it's kind of, confusing. But then there's other things the show did musically that they really dropped the ball at when they definitely didn't need to drop the ball. They definitely could have kept their head in the game. Alright, let's start from the top. Follow me on Instagram. Oh, also, I am not going to post any more of my TikTok series, but some of you guys have already used that sound, and I'm really excited. I'm going to continue to make more TikToks with it. But that was a fun time, fun run there making TikToks. You should watch those videos. They're pretty funny, pretty cringy. So let's start with I Think I Kind of You Know. So whenever I listen to the song, I spend about 70% of the duration of it trying to figure out how it grammatically makes sense. So what she's trying to say is, I think I kind of love you. But she's too afraid to say the word love you, so she's like, I think I kind of you know. And so whenever she sings that, I'm always just like, I think I kind of love you, and I'm trying to like fill that blank in grammatically. But it always is a little bit like convoluted, trying to figure it out. But yeah, like functionally the song is like pretty cute, pretty solid, does what it's supposed to do. No, it's pretty solid. It's like pretty typical.
Pretty solid, you know.
The next song happens to be the best song of this entire series, but also one that genuinely gives me chills every single time I hear it. Wondering is too good for this TV series. Do not f with me. Wondering is absolutely incredible. Because there's so many songs on this, I'm gonna talk later about Born to Be Brave. Stay here for that. That are like, you know, stereotypical, be yourself, love yourself, learn who you are, identity crisis, we're teenagers, it's Disney Channel. But Wondering is like legitimately, musically and lyrically could actually be a Broadway song. It is
fantastic.
It's not just like this dichotomy about identity that's really cheesy and overdone and kicked over and over again until it's dead throughout the entire story. It's actually a really interesting question about identity that's different than the other ones they're asking in a lot of the songs. Because it's not about who am I, it's about the fear that even if you get what you've always said you wanted, will you even be happy then? Which I think is a really interesting question that's kind of hard to articulate, so it's not often talked about in music, but I got everything I wanted. But it's a valid thought when you're a teenager or a young adult trying to figure out what you want to do and who you want to be. The idea that maybe even when you get there and even when you get everything you said you wanted, even if you ever become the person you say you want to be, is it gonna be enough? And then if it's not, what is enough? I just think that the like da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na is so, like, it literally gives me freaking chills, dude. Just, oh, the chorus is just so perfectly anthemic, and not anthemic in like a cheesy, disgusting, bad way. Like anthemic and just, this song is freaking incredible. Please tell me that I'm not the only one who feels that way. Okay, unfortunately, it's now time for a billion sorries. This scene in the show, it wasn't like properly cringy in the way that's like, oh, well, this is Disney Channel. So it's like, it was very, very bad. I don't know what's up with High School Musical, the musical series, and singing live when they shouldn't sing live. including singing over backing tracks that they're playing on their phones in the scene live, and then having very visible overdubbed autotune in scenes where they should just be singing live. Don't know, I feel like that's kind of like a fatal flaw of the show. EJ's entire character is just like very cringy to me. I just like can't really like vibe with it, so it's kind of hard for me to talk about this. I would say I just hate the part where he says, "And you shine just like the stars, and I'm not even on that light." Can we stop with the star references in this TV series, please? Oof, bad.
Oof, not good.
I mean, like, it's functional, it works, I guess. I just freaking hate it. It's the worst. Here we are to talk about All I Want Is Love That Lasts. All I want too much to ask. I found a guy, told me I was a star. Again, with the star references. Can we not? I feel like there's another metaphor you could use. I love he held the door, held my hand in the dark. I think that's a really good line. He's perfect on paper, but he's lying to my face. Does he think I'm the kind of girl who needs to be saved? So good. All I want is love that lasts. All I want too much to ask. Is there something wrong with me? All I want is a good guy. Are my expectations too high? I try my best. What can I say? I have myself at the end of the day, but shouldn't that be enough for me? I think this is actually a really interesting song because it's not just like, who do I choose? It's like, why can't I be enough? But I know that I'm not. But I just feel like her dealing with all of her feelings about the two dudes is actually not done as cliche-ly and disgustingly and overdonely as it could have been in this song. I think it's really solid. I think there's some good lines for sure. All I have is myself at the end of the day. All I want is for that to be okay. So you think it's like, all I want is a boy, but all I want is actually to be okay with the fact that I am strong and comfortable within myself and I don't need someone to validate that. Which is very valid, very like well spoken. Great job, Olivia Rodriguez. Now it's time for Born to Be Brave, aka the hands down cringiest moment of this entire show. When they're out at the dumpster and they're playing the song like on their phone. This song is like everything I hate about Katy Perry and Meghan Trainor, but like also like 7 times worse. It is the worst parts of, what is that show that I really don't like? Greatest Showman. It's basically like all the worst songs in The Greatest Showman, but like Disney Channel-ified and made significantly worse. It's just weird because it's like there's songs in the show that are genuinely interesting and like actually good, and then there's songs that are just like, well, we need like a I wanna see you be brave, like a this is my fight song, like something like that. We need one of those. Yeah. I was born to be brave. Yeah, sounds good. It's like something about like it's like feminism, but it's like not actual feminism. It's just like really vague, like I don't need a king feminism. And then something about like I'm a star, like
I have wings, I can fly.
Yeah. Put that down. Yeah, write that down. Yeah. I used to feel like I was lost. It's like my phone's navigation was turned off.
Gen Z?
Keep flying higher, fight like a fighter. Yeah, I'm everything that I was meant to be, a blazing fire. Legends at heart, individuals, go make your mark, be original. Maybe there's only so much authenticity to go around at this point. I'm joking. Be yourself. Don't stick to the status quo. Here's the thing. I'm not really going to talk about truth, justice, and songs that are key because it's for like a very, very specific scene. It's not something that works in other parts of the storyline. And like, so for what it's supposed to be, it's like fine, I guess. It's
okay, cool.
I just want to talk about Out of the Old, aka the biggest missed opportunity in this show. This has a lot of super interesting lines in it. And like the prime line of the chorus of, if no one knew my name, would my wildest dreams feel like home? And this whole idea of maybe if I can break free from this identity that people perceive me to have, then I can literally do whatever I want. So I'm gonna go out of the old. Out of the old.
Out of the old.
I feel like maybe she could have just ended with the wildest dreams feel like home thing and not capped it off with like a very cliche phrase. But I feel stopped when every light turns green. Like that's a
bravo.
See, I feel like a lot of parts of the show explore parts of the identity question teenagers have, or that all human beings have at every second of their life, for the most part. It's just, maybe it's just me.
Hi, I'm an Enneagram Type 4.
But I feel like the show actually explores really interesting and important questions in the whole identity crisis Disney Channel thing. And I think that this song is one of them. So why do they have Born to Be Brave in here? Can we get that shit out?
Can it leave?
I'm not gonna talk about Role of a Lifetime because that was actually the cringiest scene in the entire film. Like, cool to see you, Lucas Grabel. Nice work. Didn't really seem like you wanted to be here, but
Sounds good.
oh, it's so much darker now. My camera died. Okay, I just need to talk about Just for a Moment really quickly. I think Just for a Moment is like really solid. I love the chords. The chords are like super cute. And that video where they sing it live in that room and they're both wearing those really cool outfits is so beautiful. But also, why does Joshua Bassett sing syllables that way? Can we talk about that? He sings like there's a choir director like in his face the entire time. But the thing that irritates me about the song is like, it's solid, it's really sweet, the harmonies are so beautiful, I love the chords. A moment in love is a moment enough. Is that line enough? No, it's not. That chorus was enough until you added a moment in love. I think it could have just been, just for a moment, just for a moment, and ended there. Or be filled in with something different than also, like, grammatically, that phrase doesn't make sense to me. Like, cause it's like, just for a moment, we're in love. A moment in love. It's confusing to me. That's all I have to say about High School Musical, the musical, the series. I think that my personal opinion is basically, they did a lot of cool things. Wondering is absolutely a fantastic song. There's a lot of songs that were like actually really solid, but maybe missed or added something that made them not as solid in my opinion. But
yeah,
that's what I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please subscribe, please follow me on Instagram, check out my original music, become a patron, because right now I'm making a song from the ground up and you're gonna see every process of that. So it's kind of like a little logic how-to, but it's also like a behind the scenes. It's $5, which is
less than a latte.
And I hope you'll have a great day.